get into a relationship and you start vetting somebody and getting to know him, you know, this man like leadership, duty, and all these other things that a masculine man supposed to have, and being able to protect you and defend you, you should, I say, give him grace. Like, hey, look, what's going on? You all right? How was you raised? Can I help you with this? Can I put you around some? I got an uncle, I got a brother, I got a father that might be able to help you with these things. And then if it works out, then it works out. He may gravitate to that and pick up those attributes that he need to be as a man to be able to take care of the family and the household. But you give him the grace to do that. But no,
Should women acquiesce to male insecurities?
Hold on, hey Trigger. This is my.
What
This is,
happened to
hold on,
that
wait.
now?
This is my question, right? This is my question. Let me
go ahead.
set the table. Let me set the table real quick.
Go ahead. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So we often hear about how men care about how men have a problem with the way women dress, or they have a problem with women going out, or things like that. And often the response to that is typically, "Oh, you just insecure, right?" So in these types of scenarios, men insecurities are often blamed for their behavior in these situations. And my question to y'all is, do y'all believe that women should acquiesce to male insecurities when they're insecure about things like the way she dressed, or having a social media where she looks provocative, or she's getting too many messages, or things like that?
I
This is
think
gonna be
so.
an easy one.
I think that you should acquiesce to your men's insecurities. For sure. It's a part of caring and being in relationship and knowing that man. If you know what his insecurities are, then you're not going to hurt him in a way that's going to, we are supposed to nurture you guys' ego. That's as a helpmate, that is part of our duty to you. So I think that women should acquiesce to her man's insecurities and be fully aware of what they are, and not throwing them in his face, not using them against him, but helping him as the helpmate that you are. Either get rid of them, have them subside, or not, make a big deal out of them.
All right. Casey, let's go to you real quick.
No, I completely agree with Precious. Knowing your mate, knowing your partner, your husband is number one, and knowing those soft spots, whether they may be just a soft spot in that relationship or full blown insecurity in who he is. That's something that needs to be discussed, and as his wife or woman, you should be aware of it and not dig in or use that as a weapon against him. I definitely agree with Precious and how she worded that. So, yeah, your man's insecurities, of course.
All right. Who can we get next on this? Bruiser. Should women acquiesce to male insecurities?
It depends. I think she should have grace, if anything. But once that grace period is gone, I think she should be taking care of herself, moving on. Because there's a certain things that a man have insecurity for, like, let's say, for example, leadership, his masculinity. I don't think no woman should accept that a lack of masculinity or leadership from a man. And I'm gonna tell my daughter these things. If this man can't lead or do the basic things he's supposed to do as a man, he's insecure in those areas, which a lot of men are, and sadly today, because of emasculation, then she one, give him grace to be able to overcome those things, and if he's not able to overcome those things, then she should move accordingly.
So do you think a man should leave a woman because she's not feminine then?
First of all, I would say if a man is dating a woman that's actually initially hooking up with a woman that is not feminine, then he's in for it for himself. It's just a stupid decision in the first place. But I'm saying that once you get into a relationship and you start vetting somebody and getting to know him, this man like leadership, duty, and all these other things that a masculine man supposed to have, and being able to protect you and defend you, you should. I say give him grace. Like, hey, look, what's going on? You all right? How was you raised? Can I help you with this? Can I put you around some? I got an uncle, I got a brother, I got a father that might be able to help you with these things. And then if it works out, then it works out. He may gravitate to that and pick up those attributes that he need to be as a man to be able to take care of the family and the household. But you give him the grace to do that. But no, a man's supposed to be masculine. And if he's not masculine, there's no grace for that. I wouldn't acquiesce to that. That's an insecurity a lot of men deal with today.
So,
So we're talking about a man who, I know you mentioned masculine, that's cool. But what are you talking about providing, right? So you saying a man that's not able to provide for the family like they're out on the street, or we just talking about he can't elevate himself to provide more because there's 5 kids in the house? What are you saying?
Well, yeah. So like, if you're gonna have a family with this woman, or you want to have a kids with this woman, you got to be able to have the means to take care of the family and the household, and that's what a man does. I know society has made it changes. You know, they changed it so you can be soft now. You can sometimes you got some men that'll be stay at home dads and shit. I'm saying if that's your thing, if that's your thing as a woman, then go ahead. And me personally, if I have daughters and I'm sending them out there, I want them to be with a man that's like myself. I'm giving them the representation of how a husband's supposed to be. She's coming from my household. Now, to each his own. Any man can train his daughters up how he wants. You're gonna be with a weak man, whatever. Acquiesce to his weakness. Go ahead. Fine.
all right. So,
But here for this household, no,
so
it's not going on.
So here's I think y'all responded beautifully, but y'all are thinking on a micro level. Let me give the definition of acquiesce, and then I'm going to retool my question. To acquiesce is to accept something reluctantly, but without protest. When I ask, should women acquiesce to male insecurities, I'm talking about men by and large, i.e., for example, reluctantly accept that, hey, many men are insecure about the way that women dress as far as being provocative, and y'all should reluctantly accept that and move accordingly.
Can I say this? Yo, when a woman is dressed like, I think Sister Karima said it best on Instagram. She said, your husband is not insecure or controlling you when he tells you he doesn't want you to in revealing clothes or to wear booty shorts or hanging out with your girlfriend all night. It's called loving you and caring about you and protecting you. So with that being said, I don't think men are insecure because they don't want their women wearing revealing clothing or they don't want their women scantily clad. That's not insecure. And so I think a lot of it is the premise is off. A lot of times women often say, oh, you're insecure because you don't want me to go out to the club with my girls. You don't want me to go out and hang out all night long. That's not insecure. Oh, you're insecure because you don't want me to wear a sarong and have my assets all over the place. That's not insecure. So I think that the premise, first of all, is off because that's not what insecurity is at all, especially for men. So
let me say this. Should women acquiesce to males' insecurities? The first thing I would say is I'm just going to assume that the man is actually insecure because that was the question. Not assumed insecurities. And the first thing I would say to that is the answer is no, because an overly insecure man, and we all have insecurities, but an overly insecure man is very dangerous. That man will kill you or beat the shit out of you if you try to leave him. Overly insecure men are very dangerous and they're brutal and they'll do a lot of different things that will literally like ruin your entire life or take your entire life. So acquiescing to a man's insecurities is dangerous because it starts right here and then it gets here and it gets here. So once you start realizing that your man is insecure, not you think he's insecure because of the scantily clad clothes, because if I meet a woman that wears scantily clad clothes, I'm not going to try to make her not wear scantily clad clothes. That's who she is. Right, if I tell a woman that already dresses like that to stop dressing like that, I'm an insecure man. You get what I'm saying? So now she is acquiescing to my insecurities, which is dangerous because then I'm going to start trying to change her more. And then she's never going to change enough to like feed my insecurities. So it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And at one point she's going to be like, no. And then that's when the abuse happens. Well, so insecure men, we all have insecurities. So y'all know what I'm saying? Insecure men will literally kill you.